try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You could see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Feel like I ain't ate in weeks, working off the muscle. Oh yeah, oh my, we ride.
Coach, thank you. Well, you folks at home can see the evidence. Snow and supposedly a few inches yet to fall here at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia. Just a short time ago, these Philly fans in full roar as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. Pyrotechnics ablaze. They're set to go as their Eagles will match up with the New England Patriots. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 as he's taken down right at the 20.
Here we go. Mike 56. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And here we go again. Here we go again. Switch it.
On first down, Wentz got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. 12 yards is the pickup. Good for an Eagle first down. From the 32 now. Here's first and 10. Shotgun now for Wentz. Man open. It's J.J. Arcega-Whiteside. And it's a fumble. And it's picked up by the Patriots.
Whenever we call a game that's in the snow, we have to focus a little bit more, trying to make sure we've got the right numbers on players that we're calling, right? The right guys in the game. Think about the guys on the field. Their focus has to really increase as well because so many things coming at you. You got to make sure that you're really locked in on taking care of the ball.
Or if you don't, you cough it up like they did right there. And he's got about 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 25. Well, there's no shortage of great young runners in the NFL, but don't forget about that guy, Sony Michel. First-round pick in 2018. Almost hit 1,000 yards as a rookie, 931 to be exact, to go along with 6 scores for the former Georgia Bulldog. And he's in. Touchdown, Patriots. Sony Michel with a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. You always worry about the plant foot in the snow, but no problems there. And that makes the score 7-0. Gostkowski now after the touchdown. He'll send this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he will be brought down here at about the 17-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for every win possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by J.C. Jackson. And he will score. Touchdown, Patriots. And a great return as they're finally able to take him down. And remember, this is the number 1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way. And that drives coaches insane, doesn't it? When they see that happen, it just doesn't feel right, does it? Plus, you're giving up yardage.
The Eagles in good position to start out as they come up first and 10 at the 40. Working from the gun, Wentz. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep 2 hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. It's a second down run with Sanders. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I smell fear in that offense. I smell fear in that offense. Hey, check 24. Mike 56.
Now Wentz on third down. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's fourth down. So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
A 46-yard boot, but just 36 following a pretty decent return of 10 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They've got things going their way early. 14-0 lead and the football. 1st and 10. And an alley to run. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 58 yards. Terrific run from one of the fastest backs in the game today. A guy who keeps defensive coordinators up at night, no doubt.
Remember when we were meeting with the D coordinator before the game and all he talked about was run fits, making sure our guys were in the right place so there were no creases?
They missed their fits, didn't they?
Yeah, there was no fit there. The only fit was at the end when he threw his headset down after that big run.
Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. On 2nd and 9, Brady. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Ben Watson was the intended target, and that'll make it third down.
Quarterbacking 101. Never force the ball into double coverage, especially not this close to the goal line. The windows are so tight, you just don't want to force it in there because it could be tipped up and picked off.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense.
Hey, Team 6, Team 6.
From the gun, it's Brady. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And they get the football, but not much on the return here as he stopped at the 7-yard line.
But that's the kind of interception that can save a game right there. They're already down 2 scores. Huge play, slowing down what was going against them.
I was thinking the same thing. You get down 3 scores there at this stage, could be in for a long ball game. And he will take this up to about the 8-yard line. Jamie Collins, formerly of the Browns, in on the tackle. On 2nd and 9, Wentz. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on third down. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9. From the gun, it's Wentz. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And it's picked up by the Patriots. And he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return and a Patriot touchdown. And give some kudos to the defensive coordinator, I think, here. They bring the blitz. They dial. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And they weren't on the sidelines for long, but I'll tell you what, I'm glad you and I weren't down there. We could hear them. The coaches from all the way up here, they were adamant, you've got to hold on to the football or else we have no hope.
Yeah, it's easy for me to laugh sitting up here, but you're exactly right. If we were down there, that message would have been received a whole different way. Because turnovers, they've been a big problem for them. Got to take care of the football. Got to hold on to it.
Give them a loss of 6 yards, and it brings up 3rd down. These two teams, the Eagles and the Pats, did not meet in the regular season last year, so their last official bout was in Super Bowl 52 in Minneapolis. Everybody remembers that one with the Eagles staking claim to their first ever title. And the Philly special went down in football history with Nick Foles catching the pass from Trey Burton in the end zone. What a game that was. Got a man, it's Arcega-Whiteside. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 19 yards that time for number 19.
And the Eagles first down. 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Let's set a tone, fellas. Let's set a tone. 58 for Mike. 58. 58 for Mike.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Well, that's complete to Sanders. They'll give him a yard on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Wentz. He hits his running back, Jay Ajayi. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 21-0 our score after 1. The Eagles on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2.
Two jet. SOS.
Hey, orbit. Here, sit.
56. Check 56. Hey, watch the slant. Mike 56. Mike 56.
Again, they'll throw with Wentz. Got his man. It's Arcega-Whiteside. It's a 1st down following a gain of 3.
And that one was a lot of fun right there because that was the game within the game. 3rd and short, blitz was on. What's the key for the quarterback? Get out of your hands in a hurry. And there's a quick little completion. Got the job done for a 1st down.
Two-jet bombers. Two-jet bombers.
Wentz now on 1st down. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It's way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Check 52.
Sunday.
Wentz on the give to Sanders. And he'll take it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. It's a gain of about 3, but it's going to leave him with 3rd and still 7 yards to go. The Eagles on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Now Wentz. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
So they looked like they were getting ready to convert there on 3rd down, but what an effort to get his hand on that one, knock it away, and brings up a 4th down decision.
Here's Cameron Johnston now as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. First kick, 47. This one looks good as well. And problems spreading to the punt team now. This one goes all the way into the end zone on the fly, so that'll come back to the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. A tale of 2 extremes already in this game. A touchdown pass on their opening drive, followed by an interception last time out.
Now, it sounds like things balance out, right? What's that?
Oh, wide open, complete. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. An excellent pickup of 34 yards. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Throwing now is Brady. Going up top. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Rodney McLeod. And he'll go down inside the 15 at his own 13-yard line. Mecole Hardman, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
Here's a run on first down that doesn't accomplish anything. In fact, he's going to be tackled behind the line for a loss of 1. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Wentz going to throw. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. And he'll take this into the end zone. Now, hold on here. We do have a flag down. So let's see what this is about. So call off the pick six.
Everything looked right. It looked like it was in their favor. Returned it for a touchdown, as you just described. But instead, the penalty for interference nullifies everything.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Now Sanders. As Sanders has it poked free. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down.
Straight 15. Straight 15. 82.
From the 44, Wentz. He's going to let this go deep for Jackson. And this is going to wind up incomplete. The coverage there too strong on the deep ball, and now they face a 3rd down. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Here we go.
Hey, Zoo.
To throw is Wentz. Found his target. It's Anderson.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
58.
Wentz now on 1st down. He's got the hook up here to Deshaun Jackson. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. 6 yards to pick up, and that's a 1st down. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And we remind you, coming up at the half, we'll join who, Charles?
The coach.
The coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from games in progress, as well as scores from earlier today.
The coach.
Sorry, we get slap happy up here sometimes. Throwing on 1st is Wentz. Buzz going to let this go for the end zone. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yes, and that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And nothing but daylight ahead. Past the 20. 10, and he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Patriot defense has a touchdown. So now 2 pick sixes that he's thrown in this first half of play. Where do you go from here?
Well, number one, make sure you keep your poise. Make sure you go to the sideline after throwing this second one, and you look like you're still in charge, that you're still the guy, because your team's going to feed off of you. And if you're having your hands on your head or shaking your head, walking with your head down, guess what? They're not going to rally at all.
And they're going to have really good starting field position here, as that's taken up close to the 40.
At their own 39-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is.
And for the third time here in this half, it's intercepted. Devin McCourty picks it off. Evades the tackler, and now some space. 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Patriot defense has a touchdown.
Oh, this is becoming tough to watch. I don't know that I've seen 3 pick sixes from the same quarterback in the same game.
And I know that many are going to scream at the coach about why did you let him stay out there to throw those. But truthfully, what are the odds that you're going to throw 3 pick sixes in a game? You want to leave him out there so he can work through some of the rough stuff.
And he'll take this across the 25, couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Jamie Collins gets him for a loss of 10 yards from his linebacker spot. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. A quick throw there out to Jeffrey. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And they're going to be staring at a 3rd and long here.
54 Mike. All day, dog. 25.
Great.
25. Check 25.
Hey, kill. Hey, 4-toe kill. Here, shit.
Take it. 54's Mike. 54's Mike.
Great 15. Great 15.
Let's go, back.
Wentz. And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now. Here's Cameron Johnston now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty, best of the day. And a fair catch signaled for and taken just outside the 20-yard line. They'll call that a 61-yard punt. He got all of that one. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. Likely time for one final snap as they start out 1st and 10. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And that's going to be intercepted. Malcolm Jenkins, the Pro Bowler. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll send you down the coast now to Orlando, that's where we find Jonathan Coachman, ready with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, this snow front that has socked much of the East Coast not going away as we are back to it in the second half. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
At their own 24-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, one play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a one-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football.
Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. The 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Sony Michel, 76 yards, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach. And that run massively increased his production in this game, and now he's over 100 yards.
And break out your calculator, partner, because his yards per carry went up significantly, right? Big-time jaunt all the way to the end zone.
And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the second extra point he's missed so far. He's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This is fielded at the chalk of the 10. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line.
At their own 30-yard line.
Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the first down.
Looks to me, partner, like he's learned a little bit because earlier in the game, I think he was trying to force a lot of throws into his windows that just weren't open.
Yeah, the interceptions had plagued him, especially a second interception, really a bad throw, so maybe a better decision there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I think he learned from earlier in the game, and he's applying it now.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. This Pats and Eagles matchup is part of the NFL 100 series. These two teams met in Super Bowl 39 and also recently in Super Bowl 52, splitting the pair of matchups. Tom Brady was the constant in both of them. His counterpart the first go-around, Donovan McNabb, and the Pats won that affair. But then the Eagles would get revenge 13 years later behind the very unlikely hero, Nick Foles. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be third down.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
Throwing is Wentz. That's caught by Howard. And he will be very close to a first down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means fourth down. On fourth down, it's Howard. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. They only needed a few inches, and they didn't get much more than that, but by about the width of a shoelace, they convert on fourth down. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Switch.
General West.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. He's got a first down and much more inside the 20. That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play really...
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Byron Pringle, his first touchdown on the year. And the Eagles able to get this back to within at least some measure of respectability. Elliott good on the extra point, so they do get one score back, but still a long way to go here in the third quarter. This one taken from the 7. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see. Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that would look pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
Brady gives to Michelle and give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up the score.
And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That'll be a New England first down, a gain of 12.
They're trying to show that they can run the ball and protect this lead. Give it to the backs, play a little bit of keep away, don't you think?
And that's probably a good philosophy at this point, going to make that defense stand up and stop them. Throwing on first down is Brady. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. Nigel Bradham, the linebacker, right there on the coverage.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady, he'll let this go for the end zone. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 3rd touchdown now on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. And oh, it's blocked. That's a live ball scooped up by the offense.
Oh, ball. That's our ball. That's our ball.
So after the block PAT, they're ready to kick this one off.
The Eagles take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Go.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Rolling to his right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down.
How many times have we sat with coordinators, and especially the defensive guys, that have talked about big plays, sacks? They often come in bunches. Well, it may not be a bunch here, but that is the 3rd sack of the game for them.
And around sack 3 or 4, I would think it starts to get in the quarterback's head a little bit.
Not just the quarterback, the offensive play caller, the offensive line, knocks people off balance and changes what they normally do.
That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
3rd and 6.
Kill.
Mike's 56. Mike's 56.
Hey, wahoo!
From the gun on 3rd down, Wentz. And that's intercepted. It's the all-pro corner, Stephon Gilmore. And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, the intended receiver. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Let's go one more.
Regular.
So after the INT, it's Brady. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Derek Barnett able to put an end to that play, and in so doing, puts an end to this 3rd quarter. And welcome back. We are in the city of brotherly love, Philadelphia. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. On 2nd down, Michelle. 8 yards here, so that gets them back within striking distance. And now it's 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Oh, he almost intercepted it. They're just forcing it into too many tough spots. That was almost a 4th pick of the game. And now 4th down. Gostkowski now for the Pats field goal try. On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that
they're... And down he goes. They bring down Wentz on the sack. Chris Jones has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Got to imagine the pass rush will be equally intense here on 2nd down following the sack. It's 2nd and 18. Throwing now is Wentz. They'll roll him out right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Kyle Van Noy in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
81.
Hey, alert 3. Alert.
Chopper.
On 3rd and long, it's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And that is incomplete.
Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure, the backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
A very good return that time. 18 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
We share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a thrower? Can a defender finally win it this season? Those are the things that we could probably discuss.
And collectively, this is about as dominant of a performance as you could have hoped for on both sides of the football.
Might have to put it number one for what we've seen this season.
Check.
72. Buzz. Hey, Alabama.
To throw on 3rd down, Brady. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
Well, you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. He was looking for Miles Sanders out of the backfield, and that'll bring up 2nd down.
Another incompletion. You know, it's a wonder he's still moving around back there the number of times he's been sacked.
Yeah, he's staying out there, isn't he? And you don't think about it much in a game like this, but he's showing incredible leadership. Still competing, still fighting, not taking himself out of a ball game that appears lost.
Back to the air on 2nd down. Wentz. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker, able to break that one up. The Eagles on 3rd down. They're hitting at just 30%, 3 for 10. This is 3rd and 10. Again, it's Wentz. Open man, Arcega-Whiteside. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. Now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he'll be brought down, losing yardage back at the 40. That's going to go as a loss of a full 8 yards. It sets him back for 2nd down. So it's Eagle football here as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Throwing on 2nd and long. Wentz. It's brought in by Jeffrey. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line.
A gain of 9.
61. Matchbox lights.
Play fake to Sanders. Now here's Wentz. And he's going to go down. They sack him back at the 42. Jamie Collins able to record his 5th sack of the season. Wentz to throw for it on 4th. That's complete to Arcega-Whiteside. And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They had to go for it with such little time remaining. And the Patriots take over, and they're going to have terrific field position. Now a 1st down carry. It's Michel. And he'll get this into enemy territory, but not by much as he's down to the 48. And credit the tackle to Derek Barnett. Again, it's Michel. And they'll get this just to the 47. 1-yard gain.
Back-to-back runs, I'd say that encompassed maximum effort for minimal gain.
Minimal yardage, and now they're going to need something more than minimal on this play coming up. To throw, it's Brady. He wants it all for the end zone. And this will be caught. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown. Gostkowski for the point after. And he missed it again. The 4th time now in this game alone. And that has to be great cause for concern over on that sideline. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. This will be fielded at the 8. Then he'll take this across the 25, a couple extra yards, up to the 27-yard line. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in the game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down. Now Wentz. Flush to his right. And my goodness, another interception. Read it well, and it's picked. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this game comfortably in hand. The scoreboard speaks for itself, but you still got your starting quarterback out there. When do you go to the backup, let him get some time?
And that's one of the great questions in the NFL, Brandon, because I'm just going to tell you, in the 2015 season, I commentated on 3